Hey Marvel fans, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, name is House Nerdy, and I just watched the second episode of Moon Knight. It was great, it was amazing, I loved it. It was my favorite episode so far. And I'm going to be talking about the things I loved in the episode, the few things I didn't like in the episode, and overall where I see the show going forward. Now the first thing I want to talk about is Arthur Harrow. I mean, another dominant performance by Ethan Hawke. The man doesn't miss. I really loved his character so far in the show, and especially in this episode. I think he really invoked like a friendly nature, like this guy could be my uncle or grandpa, but also this real evil, sinister side that came out when he was talking about Amit with Mark that I really enjoyed, and I really enjoy overall Ethan Hawke in this show, and I'm really glad he signed on. And I think he's been, if not the best, one of the best actors in the show so far. Now, another thing from this episode that I really enjoyed was Khonshu. And I like how he followed around Steven when he was talking to Arthur. And Arthur kind of guessed everything he was going to say. And they kind of set him up like he was like a man-child god. Like he wasn't really nice per se. Like he does whatever he feels like he needs to do to invoke his sense of justice. Plain and simple, he's kind of a douche. But he's very entertaining and he's very funny the way he talks down to humans. And his relationship and dynamics with Mark are amazing. I love it. And it's something I really enjoy in the comic books. So I'm glad we're getting some of that in this show. And I can't wait to get more of it later. Because I really enjoy the character of Khonshu, but I more enjoy the relationship between Khonshu and Mark. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I can't wait. Now, moving on to my favorite part of the episode, and that is the relationship and dynamics between Steven and Mark. And I mean, what can I say? I love Steven a lot more than I thought he would. A lot better character than I thought he would. And that's all because of Oscar Isaac and his performance. He's killing it, and he's doing the damn thing, all right? But I also love his performance as Mark. I think it's a great Mark. It kind of gives me vibes of like Netflix Punisher. Like when you see he has that bunker in a storage unit. Like, come on. That's Frank Castle behavior right there with the money and the so like that's just Frank Castle behavior. Now that's also like secret agent, like guy on the run who's trying to be discreet behavior, but like he kind of talks like and looks like Punisher. So like I just got those vibes, and I mean I enjoyed them because Mark seems like a serious dude, and I can't wait to find out more about his backstory and what he's been going through. Because when you hear Steven complain about like the little bit of time he's figured out and found out about this stuff, Mark's been living with this his whole life, presumably. Like we don't know when he started being DID or like had that. He might have been born with it. So like I just saw the pain on his face and the frustration when Steven was just yapping and going on and on about all these things when Mark has been doing this for years. I mean, lost his wife, is trying to save her, trying to keep her protected. He's dealing with all these things, and you have this British twat going off. I mean, the scene where he's punching the glass is the most relatable scene. That's what I wanted to do to the TV. Like, will you stop talking and let me breathe and think for 1 second? I got Khonshu in my right ear, and I got you in my left. Can I get some space? I really want to see more of Mark because of that setup. Like, it was great. And it was great. I mean, it was great writing, but it was also amazing, phenomenal acting. And I think Oscar Isaac might get an Oscar out of this. Pun intended. Now, the one thing that I kind of was like, that's mid, was the Steven as Mr. Knight. Now, I personally would have just preferred a whole new personality. Like, that's what I would have hoped. I didn't want Mr. Knight to be Mark Spector as Mr. Knight. I wanted him to be a whole different personality, but still be Mr. Knight from the comics. But with that being said, I still did enjoy Steven as Mr. Knight. It was entertaining. It was funny. It was just a little too goofy, but it didn't last too long, and I enjoyed myself. So the episode gets a 10 out of 10. It was amazing. I loved it. It was my favorite episode so far. One of my favorite episodes of any Disney Plus show so far, period. And I really enjoyed it. And I was just entertained and intrigued the entire time. And I can't wait to see what they have in store for us next week. I'm going to be on the edge of my seat. I can't wait for the next episode. I think we're going to get a lot more of Mark and a lot more action scenes. And Steven is kind of have switched roles with Mark. And we're going to get more Khonshu. And obviously we're going to get more like Arthur Harrow. And we're just going to get more story and backstory in general. So I'm really excited for that. And there's a rumored crazy plot twist that's going to happen in episode 4 that I'm really excited for because I really want to see what it is. But with all that being said, if you agree or disagree, leave your opinions down below. Peace out.